In the city of Tissamamarama, there are 4 old stupas having a place with the Anuradhapura Era lying in succession. These are Sandagiri Stupa, Tissamaharama Stupa, Atala Vehera and Menik Vehera. Out of these, the most adored and the biggest is the Tissamaharama Stupa, and as indicated by old annals, this stupa has been worked by King Kavantissa, who controlled Ruhuna in the 1st century BC. However, there is likewise a conviction that this stupa was at first worked by a local King Mahanaga in the 3rd century BC, and King Kavantissa presumably amplified the sanctum. Mahanaga is a sibling of King Devanampiyathissa. 250–210 BC history expresses that when Mahanaga was examining the development of Walas Reservoir, the sovereign of Devanampiyathissa sent him a bowl of mangoes with the topmost one harmed. Her goal was to execute Mahanaga, to guarantee the seat to her child after Devanampiyathissa. Around then the child was with his uncle at the tank, and youngster ate the harmed mango and kicked the bucket on the spot. Dreading backlash, he took his pregnant spouse and ran away to Ruhuna, where he developed his own provincial realm encompassing Magama region. As indicated by accounts, the stupa has been augmented by Lord Mahanaga, remodeled by a ruler Vehera Tissa 214–236, and again redesigned by a ruler Vijayabahu 1070–1110. The later rebuilding work of the stupa had started in 1858 because of the endeavors of Vehera Sumana Vehera, who rediscovered Tissamaharama Vehera. Subsequent to making a journey to the region, he assembled a cottage in the vicinity of the stupa and began living there to direct the rebuilding works by himself. It required 16 years to finish the redesign work of the Garbhagriha, semi-round piece of the stupa, which is 86 feet in stature. In any case, Vehera Sumana Vehera couldn't finish the reclamation of Tissamaharama Stupa in the course of his life, and after the passing of Vehera Sumana Vehera in 1873, Walpita Medinkarathiro, a religious sibling of Vehera Sumana Vehera, assumed control over the redesign works. By 1895, Walpita Medinkarathiro figured out how to finish the reclamation of Vehera's Katwa of the stupa, and cherished relics in it. The apex of the stupa was ceremoniously positioned in 1900, and work was at last finished in 1915. It is said that an evil Samanera called Gautama in the Silapasa Parivana died and was considered into Queen Vehera Mahadevi in this area, who later turned into the extraordinary ruler Dutujamunu. It is additionally accepted that Dutujamunu was brought into the world on this region. The relic cherished in this stupa is a subject of discussion, as indicated by prevalent thinking. The fontal bone relic of Buddha was transiently cherished in this stupa, yet later it was revered in the Saravila Mangala Mahachathya. Yet a new revelation of a column engraving in Karinda that the left tooth relic of Buddha is cherished in this stupa. Independent of the relics revered, Tissamaharama Stupa lies on the ground that Buddha himself chatted with 500 arathas during his 3rd visit to Sri Lanka. Tissamaharama Stupa is the biggest stupa in the southern district of the country, with a tallness of 156 feet and 550 feet in boundary. A consecrated journey town venerated by Buddhist, Hindu and native Veda individuals, with an Islamic mosque inside its sanctuary complex. Kataragama is a sanctuary complex devoted to Buddhist watchman god Kataragama Deviyo and Hindu warrior god Kataragama. It is one of only a handful few strict destinations in Sri Lanka that is loved by Buddhists, Hindus, Muslims, and the Veda public. In that capacity, the Kataragama celebration center of every year is visited by the rich, poor, and all religions the same. It is an exhibition of sound, light, confidence and intensity. Guests can visit Kataragama whenever of the year. The little town of Yahangala prompting Badageria is a quiet labor town in the region of Hambantotha, where rich archaeological remains and antiquated dagobas of the Ruhuna kingdom were found by old Sri Lankan researchers. The sanctuary on the precipice of Yahangala is an extraordinary find and one of the most seasoned block structures in Sri Lanka. The stone rock, as antiquarians accept, was sacrosanct to the Arhats, Buddhist recluses who arrived at the objectives of strict life in antiquated occasions. This rock has similar sizes and extents, and as the legend says, on the stone ruminated antiquated Buddhist Arhats. During the rule of King Gajabahu, this region in the region of Hambantotha was called Kaliyapura. The narratives of the hours of Gajabahu depict this consecrated spot as extraordinary and striking. Dagoba itself is referenced as Bubulakara, an air pocket in the Dagoba structure. Hints of an individual, typified in a stone, allude to antiquated occasions. A few prints are scarcely perceptible because of the impact of time. Badageria, some other time devastated dagoba, lies on outcrops of rocks close to Yahangala. The vestiges of two separate dagobas are as yet obvious.